Hello everyone, this is V-Man. With the release of Sizzle Season 2024, we now have every Splatoon 3 main weapon's first two kits. Ignoring reskins and other variants, this amounts to 63 main weapons, or 126 weapon kits in total. That's a huge amount of variety that can give nearly every player at least one weapon that they can enjoy using. However, Splatoon 3's kits are not without their problems. Questionable synergies, kit redundancies, and missing playstyles all weigh an otherwise enjoyable kit system down. Because of this, I thought it would be fun to go through and redo Splatoon 3's weapons, giving each of them kits that make them as powerful, diverse, and fun as possible. To make this more interesting, I gave myself some guidelines to follow. To start, I made sure that there were no duplicate weapon kits. With 14 sub-weapons and 19 special weapons, there are more than enough possible kit combinations for every weapon to get a unique kit without feeling like it's losing out. Speaking of not losing out, I made it so that all subs and specials were used roughly the same amount, both at launch and after all weapon kits were added. A lot of fun subs and specials don't see a lot of use because they're on so few weapon kits, while other, more obnoxious kit parts are on significantly more weapons. While this does mean that some weapons will need to have weaker subs or specials for the sake of variety, it also means that fans of every sub and special are bound to find at least one weapon that they're on that they find fun to use. This also includes the 4 specials that were added to Splatoon 3 after the game came out, which I made sure were not included on any weapon kits present in Splatoon 3 at launch. I did, however, allow them to be on any first kits that were added after them, as well as any and all second kits. That covers all of my preamble, so buckle up because I have a lot to go over as I explain how I would rework Splatoon 3's weapon kits. I'm going to be presenting these weapon kits grouped together by what specials I gave them, starting with Tacticooler. Tacticooler is one of the most important specials for any competitive Splatoon 3 match, and many pros claim that its inclusion makes the game significantly more fun, so having a large assortment of powerful and enjoyable weapons using it is critical. Because of this, Tacticooler is one of only 2 specials that I'm giving the honor of including on 8 weapon kits, 4 of which will be in the base game. These include the NZAP 85 and the Dynamo Roller, which will remain unchanged, as well as the Dapple Dualies, which will now be equipped with Torpedo for more offensive utility, and the Tri-Slosher with Fizzy Bomb, now on the base kit so that it can launch with Splatoon 3 instead of coming later. 4 more Tacticooler weapons will be added post-launch, including the unchanged Heavy Edit Splatling and the Snipe Rider 5H, which will now come with an Auto Bomb, and probably 10 more points to charge its special. I will also be giving the Undercover Cerellabrella a kit with Burst Bomb, and the Charcoal Decavitator a kit with Splash Wall to be more resilient Tacticooler support options. All 8 of these weapons give a powerful and diverse spread of Tacticooler weapons for players to enjoy building teams around. The other special I used on 8 weapon kits is the Inkjet. Since Inkjet is very popular and got a large glow up in Splatoon 3 with the extra boost height and lack of ink armor to fight, giving it as many chances as possible would serve this game well. To start off the game, there will only be 3 Inkjet weapons, being the Splatbrella with Point Sensor, taking Inkjet away from the Cerella kit, the Splatana Wiper with Splat Bomb, equipped with Inkjet instead of the Decavitator, and the Ballpoint Splatling, now with Squid Beacon on the vanilla kit instead of Fizzy Bomb. To build on this, updates will also include the Dapple Dualies Nouveau with Fizzy Bomb, giving the Dualie class a much needed Inkjet option, the Big Swig Roller with Angle Shooter, being the first roller in the series to come with Inkjet, and the Paintbrush with Auto Bomb, like the Octobrush in Splatoon 2. Combine this with the unchanged Rapid Blaster Deco and Inaki Splattershot Nova, and I'm sure anyone can find an Inkjet weapon that best enables their airborne assaults. Up next is the Trizooka, another powerful special, but one that I didn't give many kit changes to. To start will be the Splattershot, now with Burst Bomb to follow the tradition of the vanilla Splattershot coming with it, the Clash Blaster with Angle Shooter, allowing for some combos, and the Squeezer, which remains unchanged. Coming later will be the Carbon Roller Deco, now with the vanilla kit's Auto Bomb, along with both the Glooga Dualies Deco and the Tenta Cerellabrella, both of which remain unchanged, and a brand new Trizooka weapon, being the Octobrush Nouveau. The Octobrush Nouveau in particular is a weapon I wanted to see with Trizooka, both as a callback to its Splatoon 1 kits, and as a means to give the weapon a long-range tool to help make up for the Squid Beacon still present on this kit. I may not have changed much about the kits with Trizooka, but most of the differences should help these weapons be a little more fun and fair across the board. The big bubbler weapons are ones that I gave even fewer changes to. The only differences between my reworks and the real game are that the Recycled Brella 24 no longer has the special, and that the blaster kit with Auto Bomb has been moved to the custom blaster, making it a post-launch weapon instead. This means that the game will launch with just 3 big bubbler weapons, being the Splattershot Jr., the Splat Roller, and the classic Squiffer, with the custom blaster, Zinc Mini Splatling, H3 Nozzle Nose D, and Mint Decapitator all coming later. With the big bubbler already being so well represented both in kit quantity and quality, I decided that leaving it mostly the same was the right move. Up next is a fun special with a few very impactful changes, that being the Zipcaster. Zipcaster is an incredibly fun special to use, but the number of main weapons it works well on is quite limited. Because of this, the Carbon Roller and Luna Blaster will no longer come with it, since, to be blunt, those weapons are terrible with Zipcaster. To make up for this, one new Zipcaster weapon will be added, being the Splashomatic. This weapon was seen using Zipcaster in some early footage, and it feels like a huge missed opportunity to not have the special on any shooter, especially this one, so it will be making its grand entry here, with a Splat Bomb to round out the kit. Pretty much everything else about Zipcaster's kits will be the same, with the Octobrush, Splatana Stamper, New Squiffer, and Slosher Deco all returning unchanged. The only returning Zipcaster weapon I'll give a new sub to is the Light Tetradualies, which have no business whatsoever getting stuck with Sprinkler, and will instead be given the much more fitting Torpedo. Zipcaster may only be on 6 weapon kits in this scenario, but the ones that it's on should all be a ton of fun once you learn the ins and outs of the special. Let's move on to a special weapon whose kit distribution had a lot of missed potential, the Crab Tank. Crab Tank may be on 1 or 2 really strong kits, but most of the others are either redundant or lack that special something needed to be relevant. Why are there only 2 Crab Tank weapons that aren't shooters or dualies, Nintendo? Anyway, to start, there will be 3 Crab Tank weapons, being the Splat Dualies, which are unchanged, but also 2 brand new Crab Tank options, being the Blaster with Toxic Mist and the Undercover Brella with Torpedo. The current Undercover Brella kit with Inkmine and Reefslider is one of the worst kits ever made, so giving it a stronger, more synergistic kit feels appropriate. As for the Blaster, this effectively replaces the triple Splashdown kit, which I think is better suited for a different blaster, so giving this one Crab Tank feels right. To further flesh out the Crab Tank, 4 more kits will be added with it later, being the Splashomatic with Suction Bomb, but on the Neo kit this time, the Gold Dynamo Roller with Splat Bomb, giving the weapon more of a pseudo-anchor playstyle, the Heavy Edit Splatling Nouveau, now with Point Sensor, and the Splatana Stamper Nouveau, now with a Squid Beacon to enable more team-based play. This selection of Crab Tank weapons should be a significant improvement over the ones in the real game in terms of quantity, quality, and variety. Next on the list is Killer Wail 5.1, which also has its fair share of changes. Starting on launch day will be 3 weapons with the special, being the 52 Gal, which is unchanged, the Tri-Stringer, now with Auto Bomb to give this kit more lethality and painting power, and the Rapid Blaster Pro, fully trading kits with its Deco loadout. Coming later are the Splattershot Nova, now boasting the Torpedo so it can do more than just locate people, the Bamboozler 14 Mark II, keeping its Fizzy Bomb while also taking the Mark I kit special, and the Inkbrush Nouveau, fully trading kits with its vanilla counterpart. This gives Killer Wail 5.1 a good mix of long and short range options that pair well with its distraction value and combo potential. Up next is the Wavebreaker. While Wavebreaker isn't the strongest special by any means, it offers some important and useful synergies for the weapons that it's on now. Or at least, most of the weapons that it's on now. The launch day weapons keeping it include the Heavy Splatling, now with a splash wall like in previous games, the E-Liter 4K, which will keep its Inkmine, and the Range Blaster, still equipped with the same Suction Bomb. I'll also be adding the 96 Gal with Sprinkler to the lineup since it has a one-shot combo with the Wavebreaker. Beyond these 4, there will be just 2 more Wavebreaker weapons post-launch, being the Paintbrush Nouveau with Curling Bomb, taking the place of its vanilla kit, and the custom Wellstring 5, which is unchanged. While there may be fewer Wavebreaker weapons here than in the real game, I think that this limited selection includes the weapons that can do the most to bring out its strengths. If you're enjoying the video so far, please be sure to like and subscribe. I'm sure you've heard that 1,000 times before, but the support really does help me bring my videos to as many people as possible. Thank you. Alright, I've been putting this off long enough, but I'll have to cover it eventually. Yes, Reefslider is one of the weakest and least fun specials in Splatoon 3, but some weapons had to get it. I've decided on 6 weapons, 3 of which will be in the base game, being the Dark Tetra Dualies with Auto Bomb, the Aerospray MG, now equipped with Torpedo, and the Carbon Roller, which will be equipped with its trusty Burst Bomb. Coming later are the Dreadringer, which has proven that its current kit is solid despite Reefslider, the Tri-Slosher Nouveau, trading the old vanilla kit's Inkjet for Reefslider, and the Clash Blaster Neo, with a Fizzy Bomb to help it with combos. While I still wouldn't say that any of these new Reefslider weapons are exceptionally strong, I feel that they are the ones that can work around the special's weaknesses the best and utilize it to its fullest potential. One more band-aid I'm going to rip off now are the Tenta Missile weapons. While this special is more viable than Reefslider, it has often been seen as a plague to the Splatoon series since its introduction due to its ease of use and tedious counterplay. Nevertheless, I have put it on 6 weapons, 4 of which will be in the base game. These are the Mini Splatling, now being 1-to-1 with its Splatoon 2 kit, the Bamboozler 14 Mark I with Toxic Mist, mixing parts of 2 of its previous kits together, the Flingza Roller, which remains unchanged, and the L3 Nozzle Nose, having an entirely new kit with Fizzy Bomb, giving the weapon a kit that combos well with its burst fire shots. The Reflux 450 and Goo Tuber will also keep their current Tenta Missile loadouts, but on their Deco and Custom kits respectively, meaning they come later on. All of these kits should be able to play to the Tenta Missiles quite well without being too overbearing. If those kits with Reefslider and Tenta Missiles aren't your speed, hopefully I can make it up to you with some stronger kits that use the triple Inkstrike. This group will have 7 weapons, starting off with the Reflux 450, trading out the Deco kit's Perplexing Splash Wall and Reefslider with a Fizzy Bomb and triple Inkstrike. Splatoon 3 will also launch with the H3 Nozzle Nose with the triple Inkstrike, which will keep its point sensor, along with the Rapid Blaster and the Slosher, whose real game kits are too good to warrant replacing. Later on, there will also be the ZNF Splat Charger and the custom Dowsu Dualies FF, which are likewise remaining unchanged, along with the Tentatech Splatter Shot with Suction Bomb. This should provide a good spread of weapons that can both get triple Inkstrike often and use it from an optimal range. Let's get a quick one out of the way next. Booyah Bomb. Overall, I think every weapon with Booyah Bomb has essentially the perfect kit. That means that the Gluga Dualies, Sloshing Machine, Hydra Splatling, Aerospray RG, Forge Splattershot Pro, and S-Blast 91 will all maintain their exact kits as they are in Splatoon 3. The only change to the Booyah Bomb selection is adding one new weapon, the Goo Tuber. This effectively replaces the head scratcher that was the custom Goo Tuber's Ultra Stamp with a special that's much stronger and more synergistic, along with a curling bomb to help it utilize its long charge hold. This gives the already strong selection of Booyah Bomb weapons one more member to choose from. On the topic of returning specials from Splatoon 2, let's talk about Inkstorm. The combination of chip damage and faster healing makes it an excellent support special, which I'll start the game with 4 of. These include the Dualie Squelchers with Splat Bomb, the Nautilus 47, which remains unchanged, the Explosher, which trades its own point sensor for Squid Beacon, and the Jet Squelcher, which takes its kit 1-for-1 from the current custom Jet Squelcher. I'll also be giving Inkstorm to Custom Splattershot Jr., giving it an offensive tool that can't be destroyed, the Sniper 5B, which now has Sprinkler in place of the 5H kit, and the Cerellabrella with Suction Bomb, rectifying the baffling decision to give none of the Umbrella weapons the Rain Cloud special. All 7 of these weapons should be able to utilize one or both of the Inkstorm's primary abilities to an excellent degree. Let's get the last returning Splatoon 2 special out of the way, being the Ultra Stamp. This special, not unlike Reefslider, is both frustrating to go against casually and incredibly weak to use at higher level. So I wanted to give it 6 kits that could really make the special shine. Launching Splatoon 3 will have 3 weapon kits keeping their Ultra Stamp, being the Luna Blaster, taking the Ultra Stamp from its Neo kit, but now with Sprinkler to help it with its weaker paint output, the Ink Brush, which as I said earlier, traded kits with its Nuvo counterpart, and the Splooshomatic, which remains unchanged. The post-launch group of 3 will also have one returning Ultra Stamp, being the Splatana Wiper, now on its Deco kit with a Fizzy Bomb, as well as 2 brand new Ultra Stamp weapons, being the Big Swig Roller Express with Splat Bomb, and the Recyclebrella 24 Mark II with Angle Shooter. All of these weapons like to be played with a more in-your-face playstyle, and many of them love breaking objects like the Rainmaker Shield, so giving these the Ultra Stamp feels like a perfect fit. Last but not least for specials present in Splatoon 3 at launch, we have the Inkvac. Inkvac likes being used by weapons that are more supportive and protective, so to complement this, it will start off with the Splat Charger and Tentabrella, both unchanged, as well as the Bloblobber with Sprinkler, and the Splattershot Pro with Angle Shooter. Add on the post-launch Ballpoint Splatling Nuvo, which maintains the original's Fizzy Bomb, as well as the Rapid Blaster Pro Deco, which, again, swapped kits with its regular counterpart, and you have 6 weapons with Inkvac that have a good mix of midline support and aggressive power to choose from. This, finally, brings us to the 4 post-launch specials for Splatoon 3, obviously meaning none of their kits will be included in the base game. To start, we have Super Chump, which works best on supportive weapons, especially ones with high paint or combo potential. These will include 3 weapons that are keeping their Super Chumps from the real game, being the NZAP 89 with Auto Bomb, the custom Dually Squelchers, now with Toxic Mist to help set up traps, and the Incline Tri-Stringer, now as Squid Beacon to go with its Anchor playstyle. There will also be 3 new weapons getting Super Chump, being the Dreadringer D with Ink Mine, making it rife with combo potential, the custom E-Liter 4K with Burst Bomb to help it defend itself while using Super Chump to distract opponents for clean snipes, and the S-Blast 92, keeping the Sprinkler it already has. This selection of weapons makes it so that whether you want Super Chump for the paint output, the distraction value, or the combo potential, there will certainly be something for you. Now for the other special added in the same update, the Kraken Royale. Similarly to Booyah Bomb, I think every weapon that currently has Kraken Royale, with the exception of the custom E-Liter 4K, should keep it, but this time I'll need to reassign some sub-weapons as well. I will keep the Krakon Splat Roller with Squid Beacon since the kit is so iconic, but also the custom Range Blaster with Splat Bomb and the 96 Gal Deco with Splash Wall. I will, however, change the Bloblobber Deco to use Torpedo, and the Heavy Splatling Deco to come with the Sprinkler from its real first kit. Beyond these returning 5, I'll be adding 2 more Kraken Royale weapons, one of which being the L3 Nozzlenose D with Burst Bomb, being a callback to its kit in the original Splatoon. The other will be added to address the criticism of there being too few weapons with Kraken Royale that did not have the original Kraken in Splatoon 1, this time being the Dousuduli Zap with Point Sensor. A weapon with the aggressive style of a dually mixed with the terrifying offensive power of the Kraken Royale would surely make a devastating combination, making it the perfect 7th Kraken Royale weapon. Next we have the Splattercolor Screen, which, despite some controversies, has proven to be a quite useful special, particularly for distraction and damage combos. Some weapons will keep it, such as the unchanged custom Hydra Splatling and Foil Flingza Roller, along with the Foil Squeezer, now equipped with Curling Bomb for mobility. However, just as many will be newcomers to the Splattercolor Screen. These include the Sloshing Machine Neo with Point Sensor, the custom Jet Squelcher with the Angle Shooter taken from its vanilla kit, and the Wellstring 5, which is now equipped with Toxic Mist to support its slower playstyle. This should be a good selection of weapons that can use the screen for cover while not impacting their ability to land shots through it that heavily. To finally wrap things up, we have the last special revealed for Splatoon 3, being the Triple Splashdown. This special works best on up-close aggressive weapons, but can also see use even on some anchors if the kit is just right. As for the weapons equipped with it, I have chosen the Luna Blaster Neo with Splat Bomb, the Neo Splooshomatic with Burst Bomb, the 52 Gal Deco with Point Sensor, and the N-Parry Splat Dualies, which will keep their Curling Bomb. All of these weapons love fighting up close, and Triple Splashdown suits that perfectly. Additionally, I will also be putting the special on the Recyclebrella 24 Mark I, which now comes equipped with Fizzy Bomb for movement and combos, as well as the Nautilus 79 and the custom Explosher, which will keep their current proven kits. This selection will surely help Triple Splashdown make a splash in your matches. And with that, the redone kits are finally complete. What did you think of my changes? Would they make the game more fun and balanced, or would they cause more problems than they solve? Let me know in the comments. I've always had a love for game balance, and that includes stuff like Splatoon 3's weapon kits, so redoing them all in such a way that it improves the game seemed like something I would find quite fun to try. Of course, I'm not an expert on every main weapon in Splatoon 3, but I believe this rework would be an overall improvement to the kits in the game. I definitely had fun making these changes, and I hope you had fun with it too. To wrap up this video, here are some graphics showing off all the changes I've made. This should give a good visualization of everything that's different between the version of Splatoon 3 we got and the one that I presented here. With all that said, my name is V-Man, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care.